Stand.
Stand up, sit down, rah, rah, rah.
Stand. When do we ever sit down? How about we stand on the chairs? Stand. Hallelujah.
All right, when you're ready. And then remove your hat, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nice, okay. Page 25.
I won't be here next week.
Okay, I'll record it for you.
I might do the meeting, I don't know yet.
We are talking about adverbs today. We kind of already know about that, but we're going to talk about it again because just when you think you know about adverbs, there's more. There's more. All right. It modifies a verb, sometimes an adjective or another adverb. An adverb often ends in ly. That's what we know. That's what we use in our writing. And however, many adverbs do not. Here they are, the ones that don't end in ly. Very, together, never, soon. And the words yes, no, not, to, even, and else also function as adverbs. I told you.
I'm gonna say yes, no, maybe so.
So those are also adverbs, even though they don't end in ly. And you're still going to just write adv above that. Okay. So here's your example. Mowgli quietly played. That's obvious. Quietly. The wolves would soon decide his fate. So soon is telling when. Sometimes adverbs do that. All right, and then we have here, oh, by the way, there's a note on the side. These are the questions that the adverb answers. How, when, where, why, and to what extent. That's what their function is in the sentence, okay? So you get stuck on adverbs, you can come back to this page and remind yourself, oh yeah, does it answer one of those questions? It's used as a dress up. We know that it's already on your dress up list and on your checklist. All right, here we have usage with adverbs and adjectives. Did you know that an ly adverb, if you take off the ly, it actually becomes an adjective? Like, what? I know. Like, let's take slowly, for example. Slowly is telling how the turtle is moving slowly. But if I say the slow turtle, that's an adjective. It's describing the turtle. So that's a clue. You can take off the ly and it becomes an adjective. That's how it functions. Okay, pretty cool about English. Same with the other direction. Like if you say, well, not always, but like if I think of the word surprisingly, no, that one doesn't work. What's another ly word? What is it?
Fun.
No.
Like I was arguing with my mom on the fast and
Oh, well.
It wasn't.
Did you look it up?
My dad did. Just like
I don't know. The guy that does this curriculum uses fastly sometimes, but
thank you.
Quickly is a better way to say it if you had to say.
Well,
I run
my mom,
It sounds.
she'd give me like animals and I'd have to like describe them, like the lion smoothly like
Oh, there you go.
like walks super.
I like that. Smoothly.
And then like the I don't know something, and then it can like the cheetah fastly walked.
Quickly is better. Look at this example here. The restless tiger switched his tail furiously. So here's an example of taking off the ly. It used to say restlessly. Obviously, that doesn't make sense. The restlessly tiger. Take the ly off and it becomes an adjective. Switched his tail furiously, telling how. That's a good example. So they're going to do that wrong on purpose just for you, and then you got to fix it. Okay. And then we've got an opener, a third opener, an adverb opener. On these, it's a sentence that begins with an ly adverb. That's easy to spot. Use a comma if an ly adverb opener modifies the sentence. Do not use a comma if the ly adverb opener modifies the verb. So you have to decide, is it talking about just the verb or is it talking about the whole rest of the sentence? That's going to be a tricky one. John, pause. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Oh, It's like, obviously, the pizza.
Obviously, the pizza was eaten.
Obviously, comma, obviously, comma. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Obviously, or happily,
that's telling,
barreled fry.
well, look at the example here. It says to determine if an ly adverb modifies the sentence, you test it. It was blank that blank. So in Rebecca's sentence, it was obvious that the pizza was eaten. It works, right? So if it passes that test, if that makes sense, you're gonna use a comma. If this makes sense, the ly adverb is a sentence adverb. It's telling about the whole sentence, okay? Here's another example. If it does not make sense, confirm that the ly adverb modifies the verb. Do not use a comma. Here's the two examples at the bottom. Let's jump down here. Obviously, Mowgli was content. So I can say it was obvious Mowgli was content. It works, right? It was obvious. He's probably just smiling or something to show that he's content. He's like, I'm having a great day. But look at the next one. Comfortably, Mowgli sat in the dirt. So I try the test. It was comfortable that Mowgli sat in the dirt.
That sounds comfortable. It sounds like that was squishy dirt.
So basically, it's telling about how he sat. It's only modifying the verb itself, not the whole sentence, right? He sat comfortably. That kind of makes sense. So wait, before you turn the page, these are both going to be a number 3 ly opener, but it depends on if it needs a comma or it doesn't need a comma. That's the test. It was blank, that blank. That's the test to tell. Is it going to take a comma or not comma? All right, any questions about that page?
No.
You're good? Okay. You can always come back to this page if you're doing your homework and you're like, wait, what's the rule? Go back to the lesson page. All right. All right. Adverb clause. This will be new for Seth and Gage. I know you guys have heard this before. An adverb clause is a dependent clause that begins with the www word. I'm on 26.
Yeah.
And it contains a subject and a verb. Remember clauses like the who, which clause, the that clause, the because clause. All of those have verbs. Yeah, easy. This one's a tricky one. But in this book, they call it a www word. Yes, Rebecca?
It also, what we made of last year was a www.asia.p.
Yes, right here, www.asia.b. Can you guys see that? I know this is new for some of you. It's just a fun way to help us remember what those words are. And if you want to go to www.asia.b, it's not going to be anything. Maybe it'll be .com. It'll be probably
What if I
a map of Asia.
website?
No.
But that's beside the point.
Not be not.
That's beside the point. This is to help you remember the words. That's the point. Okay, www.asia.b.
I wonder if someone's made this like that website for this. Just like.
But notice, hold on. The W stands for when. Next W, while. Where. That's the W's. When, while, where. And y'all need to memorize this. Yes, good. You guys need to memorize it. When, while, where. A, as. S, since. I, if. A, although. B, because. So in the back, tell us.
Since.
Through.
Because.
Not through.
Sorry.
Do it again.
Do the prepositional
Do
thing.
it again.
When, while, where, since,
No.
I is next. If.
if.
Although.
At.
B. B.
Let's say it.
B, yes.
Can anybody say it without?
I
Okay,
did know.
Rebecca, let's hear her. Go for it.
When while there as since if below because.
Very good. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Can you do it? Try it.
No. Sure. Fine.
Everybody say when, while, where,
When while where
as, since,
since
if, although,
if
because. All right, so
Picture.
at home, practice that, because it'll be really good to memorize it. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Once you say it a bunch of times, it'll be like,
I have a question. Do I have to?
and that, hold on, is the adverb clause. That's what it begins with. That's how you can identify it in a sentence. No, Rebecca, you already know it, so you got it. Here's your example. Although he was furious, he could not grab Mowgli while the wolves watched. Okay, so notice the parentheses around although he was furious. That is the whole clause, and it starts with although, which is one of the words from our list here, the A in Asia. So it starts with although, and it has a subject verb pair inside of the clause, and you're going to label it AC. What does AC stand for?
Adverb clause.
Adverb clause, very good. And then while the wolves watched, while is one of the W's, so it starts with that. And it has a subject verb inside of it. So while the wolves watched, and we're gonna label it with an AC. So that's how we're gonna label it in this book. Okay, page, I need you to, are you taking notes? Okay, so just write on your book instead of your paper there. All right, quotations with end marks. There's some rules about speaking parts of stories. Okay. So when a character is speaking, use quotation marks, and then the end marks go inside the quotation, like this one. Who is this? Question mark, quotation mark. And then the attribution is who's saying it. In this case, the Cubs asked. Okay. Notice the lowercase t. It's not a capital T there. And then it says, he has no fur, exclamation point, quote. And then lowercase t, they yelled. Look in the margin right here. Here's the pattern. If the attribution comes first, it's capitalized. Like if it said the Cub asked, if that was first, you're going to capitalize the T, obviously it's the beginning. Okay. And then comma, and then quote. But if the quote comes first, the attribution is not capitalized. You see the pattern there? So capital A for attribution, the first one, comma, quote. Quote, and then if the attribution comes after, it's not capitalized. And then look at the next example with the exclamation mark. Same thing. Attribution, when it comes first, is capitalized. And then if it comes after the quote, it's not. But notice quote, the Q is capitalized in both, because no matter what, when somebody is speaking, it's always going to have a capital letter, just like a sentence. I see that. I'm finishing my thought. Okay. Patience back there. Yes, Rebecca.
So pretty much the attribute or whichever one comes first, it's always going to be capitalized. But
Yes.
the attribution, if it comes second, it's.
Yes. Very good. That's right. All right, and here it says, who is this? The Cub asks. He has no fur, they yelled. So there it is in that example with the capitals of the punctuation. And then we've got imperative sentence. This is when the subject is implied. Do you remember that from last year? Sometimes you don't see the subject in the sentence. And so for this example, it says play quietly. That's the original sentence. Play quietly. Well, we know the verb is play, and quietly is the ly adverb. Yeah, it's implied. So it's not, it doesn't say you, but it's implied, so you would add it in there just as a note for yourself with parentheses, and then that becomes the subject. So an imperative sentence is missing the subject, but it's implied. A lot of times it's you. A lot of times it's when like you're giving a command, like put your pencil down or stop talking or
Why?
go get the mail from the mailbox. If it's a command like that. You don't normally say you stop talking or you put your pencil down or you go get the mail. You just tell them to do it, right? And this subject is implied that you're talking to you.
Which is you.
Which is you, not me, it's you.
Mom has so many kids now that she can't remember her name sometimes, so then she's like, you. Take the mail. Yeah, my mom.
All right, down here, interrogative pronoun. I always think of interrogating. Have you guys ever seen like a movie where there's a a police officer interrogating a suspect, somebody who's done a crime, right? And they go like with the microphone, where were you the night of like October?
Thursday night,
First.
11:23 p.m.
So think of those question words. Okay, time out in the back. So they're called interrogative pronouns because think of interrogating, right? Think of question words. When, where, why, how. Here they are. Shh. Hey, Paige. What, whatever, which, whichever, who, whoever, whom, whose. Those are the interrogative pronouns. And you're gonna label them with a PR for pronouns. What will the pack decide? Who will speak for Mowgli? So those are pronouns. That's how you're gonna mark them in this book. Did you have a question? Yeah, but these are not his, her, those types of pronouns. These get a little, they get a little more complicated. This is a very difficult
What?
book. Okay, let's go to the practice page.
Already finished.
Finally.
Page 27.
Yeah.
And Paige, go ahead and read it. Thank you.
Of the annual meeting came, the entirely packed gathered around when it was dusk. The summer moon was full, the air was still.
Good, nice reading. Yeah,
I'm gonna say that.
yeah,
Alright, I'm
that
ready.
that is incorrect, huh? Which we changed that to
Prior.
entire.
So take the ly and throw it. Goodbye.
You can just cross out the ly like that. That's fine with me.
Cross out everything.
That is the usage error, so we already got that. Vocabulary is annual. Do you know what annual means?
Once a year.
Yearly, basically every year. Yeah, check.
Annual home.
All right, guys, go ahead and find those articles by yourself. Remember, those are a, and the. So go ahead and find them by yourself real quick.
Five.
Try to keep the comments at a minimum back there. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Nouns are a person, place, or thing.
Timer animal.
Or time or animal, that works. How about Gage? What do you think? What are some nouns here?
Light.
Good night.
Hat. Dust. Sun. Moon.
Actually, the
And
word,
Summer isn't as.
I was just gonna say that. I put it in there, but summer is telling what kind of moon. So it's not gonna be summer in this one. But you said air?
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all of them. Very good. How about pronoun, Rebecca? Where's the pronoun?
See,
Line.
No,
I see it.
that's gonna be an adverb clause.
I see.
Oh.
I see it.
Big one, John.
Right there. It's right there.
He's giving you a major clue.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Major, obvious.
Yes.
Yes.
I see.
My marker is dying, but anyway, that's a PR there. How about the adjectives? How about you, Nora? You got this.
Can help you, Lauren, look at my.
No, don't look at his page.
Annual.
Annual, good.
Oh,
My marker's gonna just die.
entire.
Tire, good. You can't see it, but I have an ADJ there.
It's invisible.
It is invisible. Shh.
Summer.
Yes. No, don't give it away.
Whoa. Full.
And full.
Medidra.
Sorry, my marker's dead. It's official. So annual, entire is an adjective.
Entire is still.
Summer and full. And still, you're right. Still is also an adjective. All right. How about the adverbs, page?
Oh, whatever.
That's the first one. Yeah, there's one that's LY. No, because we changed that to entire. That's an adjective, so not that one.
Finally.
Finally is one, so ADV on top of that.
And we too. When we.
Okay, don't be silly.
Is there
The other one is tricky.
Yeah.
Look at what's left.
Letter B.
No. Don't try to put an LY on it. It's not gonna help you. The word is around. The word around is an adverb.
Yeah, it is.
So go ahead and put ADV on top of that. Okay.
Could have helped you around.
All right.
Yeah.
Remember, adverbs answer those questions. If you get stuck on this in your homework, that page before, if you need to look back on it,
It wasn't that.
are they on there? Hold on. Where'd they go? It tells like how and when and what kind. So gathered around. How did they gather? They gathered around. That's how we know. Okay. So prepositional phrase, John,
It's of the annual meeting.
of the annual meeting. Good. Of is a preposition, and of what? Of the annual meeting is the whole phrase. So I'm gonna skip a couple things and come back to it, but what about the adverb clause? Remember, that's the when, while, where. This is gonna be for Seth. See if you can find it. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because, the www.asia. You see where that is in the sentence, one of those words. You haven't read my grade. Shh. And think.
The entire pack gathered around.
You're close, but it starts with one of those words, www.asia.
When it was dusk.
There you go, when. So when is a parentheses. You can see that a little bit better, maybe. So when it was dusk, good job. And that's gonna be AC.
We're gonna give Win free air conditioner today. Let's go, Win.
All right. Good. And then how about the verbs? How about, let's do verbs next. Gage, what about the verbs? Like action or linking? Came is a verb, good. Look at what's left here too.
Are we doing helping verbs yet? Gathered.
Gathered, yep.
Helping verbs.
Oh, pack is your subject?
We're doing them
Okay,
yet.
shh, guys, just watch, okay? Let Gage think. Hey, John. You guys are talking too much back there. You're right, so the pack gathered. And let's go back to came. Who was it that came? Who's the subject in that sentence?
Meeting.
It's actually night that came. So night is the subject there. And then how about inside the adverb clause? Where's the subject verb pair there? Pronoun's gonna be the subject. Yes, it is the subject and was is the verb. It was, and then we have one more, actually two more subject verb pairs, but what's the subject verb pair in the next part?
The moon was.
Moon was, very good. And the last? The air was still. It's the subject there.
The air was.
Air was, very good, you got it. Nice, tons of subject verb pairs here. By the way, if it says 5 subject verb pairs, it means there's 5 subjects, but there might be more verbs than that. Now the main clauses. So Paige, what about that? Now that we know where all the subject verb pairs are,
The first sentence.
not counting finally though. Because finally is an opener that is not included in the main clause. So the main clause is going to be from the to came. We're doing brackets around those.
Mhm.
Okay, where's the next main clause?
To dust.
The to around, actually.
The full air stick.
The full and the to still. Those two sentences. Did we do the prepositional phrase yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't have it. 'Cause yeah, okay. Openers. What do you think, Seth? What kind of openers do we have here?
The 3 for the first one.
Yes, good. And I like to put ly adverb or just write it in there. Okay, and the next,
1 for the next sentence.
good. Subject
And then another one.
and another one. Good.
And one again.
And one again. Very good. I'm running out of room. Indent, we're just gonna do a paragraph symbol like that. It's like 2 lines down with a backwards P. Capitals, you guys can do that by yourself. End mark, period. Easy peasy. Commas. Who wants to do commas? Rebecca.
After finally you put
After finally put a comma
one after that.
and the one after night. Good. Finally, comma, the night of the the annual meeting came. So yes, we don't need a comma after night. Good. That was a lot. And my marker is terrible, but hopefully you guys got it. Very good. Any questions about this page? Any questions about homework? Because I know this book is hard. This is a hard book to do.
No, my mom, it came Friday, and I got it done, and my mom was tired, we'll do it Saturday,
Oh,
and then we didn't grade it till Sunday. And then we turned it in.
use the lesson page that we go over in class if you need to, like refresh your memory on something
Well,
like,
it's
especially the
writing
adverb
assignment.
clause stuff. Okay.
So I don't.
Oh,
And
okay.
then my mom's just like, it's Saturday, we're gonna do it today, we'll do it tomorrow. And then I'm just like, Mom, we gotta turn in this writing assignment, I don't need it up right now.
All right, let's get out your binders then next. We're done with grammar for today. You guys worked on a paper. The eagle and the jackdaw. Yes, yes, yes. And I think I pretty much graded everybody's that turned it in.
I took mine.
Um,
I turned mine in. Late.
So make sure you check the Google Classroom to see my notes on there.
I know.
Does anybody want to share one of their paragraphs? Does anybody else want to share that you guys wrote? Okay.
Yeah, mine here too.
I mean, do you want it? Okay. And you have yours with you or is it on the computer? Do you mind if I display it?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see, where are we at? Oops, not that one. This one. I do, because I have a lot of classes, so. Haven't we had this conversation before?
Yes. We're gonna have it.
A lot of people turned this in after I graded the last batch. So let's see,
Oh.
where is it?
Have you heard?
Oh, Laurel.
Afterwards, I can teach you how to make it. Really? Yes, so.
Oh, yeah. My son taught me that, but I'm kind of old school when it comes to the tabs.
Writing, awesome, right, because I didn't, so I do KON, DO.
Do you want to do the Komodo dragon one or the other one?
I don't.
Well, go ahead and do this one since you got it up and then we'll talk about it, okay?
Do I need to stand up?
Yeah, stand up under the flag and then I'll scroll for you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The largest lizard in the world is the Komodo dragon. The name Komodo is named after one of the islands in Indonesia. The Komodo dragon can live up to 30 years, be up to 10 feet long, and weigh up to 1 million pounds. Most Komodo dragons have thick scales, sharp teeth, and a fierce attitude. Like a snake, Komodo dragons have a long forked tongue. Komodo dragons can eat nearly everything, including carrion, deer, wild pigs, smaller Komodo dragons, and even water buffalo. Unlike most lizards, Komodo dragons' bites are venomous, which lowers your blood pressure and will eventually take you into epileptic shock. After a Komodo dragon bites an animal, it will be a few days before the animal completely dies. Then the Komodo dragon will find the dead carcass and eat it. The Komodo dragon can eat 80% of its body weight in one sitting. If it needs to get away quickly, it will vomit up its food and then run away. The Komodo dragon can run up to 13 miles per hour, which is faster than the average human. Over the past 40 years, the Komodo dragons have attacked dozens of humans and at least 5 of them.
All right, nice job. Let's clap for her. Good job. So one thing I wanted to make sure to tell you is that for the which clause, you only need to underline which,
Okay.
not the rest of the sentence. In fact, I can, since it's a Google Doc, I can actually. Hold on,
My mom thought you had to underline the whole thing, so
No.
I did.
That's okay. But now you know, I'll take it off because it's a Google Doc.
Oh.
So just like that is all you need. And then, by the way, let's talk really quick about the title. In your checklist, it says a title rule, and the rule is to use 1 to 3 of the words from your final sentence. Remember that rule?
Yeah.
So looking at your final sentence,
The kimono dress.
but that was the original title. So yeah, so let's think of a different sentence. What could you use from your last sentence? Beware.
Away.
I'll fix it for you. She says, beware of the, oops, Komodo dragon.
It was, the Komodo dragon kills.
Good one. There you go. So it would be like that. Okay, nice job. Beware.
No, like, imagine teaching this to first graders, you know, just like, please, don't leave with the kimono dragon.
All right.
That's all I
We're gonna, okay, guys, we're gonna put away the 2 articles, the eagle and the jackdaw and Komodo dragon. You're gonna put those away in your finished folder, whatever you guys have your finished stuff in. Do you guys have a separate folder for that?
Yes,
No?
I do.
If not, you should get one. Just so that your binder doesn't get too full.
I just have complete. Every week.
Oh,
before I come out.
Do you guys have an extra folder or no?
Yeah.
For your-
I didn't bring it though.
Okay, that's okay.
All my stuff.
When you go home, you can put all that away. Is there a yellow page in there? I think there is, huh?
See.
Your yellow page, let's look at that really quick. It goes in a different spot. Where's my yellow page? Oh.
Take it. Come on.
That one, do you mind if I hold that up really
Yeah.
quick? Yeah. Oh, I can't reach it.
Oh no, the poor grandma.
This one goes behind model charts and graphs, or model charts and outlines, sorry. Model charts and outlines, that's where this one goes. Okay.
It looks like mine says reselling narrative story. Oh my goodness. He does look like a grandma.
And the rest of your Komodo dragon and eagle can go away. And then you're gonna get out week 4, which is the Miller, his son, and their donkey, which is week 4.
Donkey, I think of that donkey from Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just some grin. Every time I think of donkey, I think of
Puzzle.
Go ahead and get out week
Like
4.
the-
Shh. Guys, are you getting it out back there? 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, plus a piece of line paper. Okay.
This is cycle. That one sounds fun. It also looks really
Oh, I know that yellow page that you had. Was
I
that
didn't have
from
it.
last week? Oh.
I didn't have it. Looks like it.
I had you put it away, but we haven't looked at it yet. So
This one you did? No,
actually, you can just look at mine because I made you put it away, but you don't need to put it in. Yeah. Okay. If you put it away behind model charts and you can just leave it there and look at mine. Okay. We're gonna start talking about the story sequence chart. Remember that from last year, the ones I've had my class last year? So the story sequence chart. This is the pattern on how a story is developed. You'll need a piece of lined paper too, so go ahead and get out a lined paper too. This pattern is true for books, stories, and even movies, right?
I was lost my way.
Oh, whoops, that's okay. I got extra right here. You guys. Oh, you wanted, oh, Paige is gonna share with you guys.
I have a notebook.
Cool. So think about a good movie, and I know I like to refer to Kung Fu Panda. That's one of the movies I like to refer to. If you think back on the first movie, hold on, put your hands down. When the opening scene is Poe, have you guys seen the movie? Panda? He's playing with his action figures in his bedroom, right? He's making them battle stuff. And they're introducing the characters while he's playing with them. And then when you look out his bedroom window, you can see the shapes of the rooftops and the hats that they're wearing, and you know it's China, right? It's a great way to introduce characters and settings in the Kung Fu Panda. And then in the middle of the story or the middle of the movie, there's a conflict or a problem. And we know in the movie, hold on, Po is learning Kung Fu, right? Because he needs to battle Tai Lung, right? Remember that bad guy?
How many lungs does this guy have?
And that's the problem is Tai Lung is trying to take over the whole city, right? Basically all of China. And so
He wants all those pork dumplings.
they get into an epic battle, right? They're fighting. He's given it all he's got. All the other teammates, hold on, are being defeated, right? They're getting injured. They're not able to keep up with him. But Poe, this is where we get to this part called climax resolution. Climax is the part of the story. It's a peak, right? Yes. Or I always go like this. It's like at the top of the mountain, right? It's yes, they already know. I'm trying to explain it for these guys that are new. Okay. It's the part of the story where you don't know if the character is gonna die or he's gonna defeat the bad guy. Okay, we don't know if he's gonna be lost forever or if he's gonna find his way home. We don't know if he's gonna starve or he's gonna find food. I mean, it's that part of the story. But that's what makes a good story, is when you don't know how it's gonna end until you watch it, and then you know how it's gonna end. But that is called the climax, and then how they resolve their problem. In Kung Fu Panda, we all know Po wins the battle. He remembers that he's the chosen one. And he has the special power with his pinky, the skadoosh, right? Remember that part? Skadoosh, and everything goes. And then he wins. Okay, so that is the resolution. He remembers he's the chosen one. He has the power to do it. So this is a basic outline. And here are the questions that we answer in each part of the story. Who's in the story? What do they like? When does it happen? Where do they go? The conflict and problem. What do they need or want? What do they think? What do they say and do? And then how is the need resolved and what happens after and what is the message? All right, so let's get out your lined paper next. We got to set this up.
So much fun.
Name and date. Today's date is 10/6. Shh. And this particular story is called The Miller. It's a long title. The Miller, His Son, and Their Donkey. So skip a line. The Miller, comma, his son, comma, and
It's my brother's birthday.
donkey.
Yeah, this is not working. This is. Yeah.
Underneath that, I'm gonna have you put story, sequence, since this is the first time you're doing this,
It's the reason on the next one.
for some of you. Chart. We are going to build a chart for this particular story. We're still gonna do a keyword outline, And we're still gonna follow the same rules with the keyword outline, which means 3 words only on each line. Numbers, abbreviations, symbols, those are all free. But the way we're gonna set this up is a little bit different. So skip a line under that. And then about right here, so a little closer to the side of the paper that has the holes, I'm gonna have you draw a line about right there. Just, it does not have to be perfect. It's okay. It's not perfect. There you go. Good job. On the right side of the line, this is where we're gonna set up our keyword outline. So we're gonna start with a Roman numeral 1. And then we're just gonna do 1, 2, 3 like this. Remember, leave a little space here. As we're setting up our outline. This is gonna be a short outline, but it's gonna have 3 Roman numerals. So skip a line under 3 and do Roman numeral 2. And then do 1, 2, 3. And then one more, skip a line, Roman numeral 3, 1, 2, 3. Short paragraphs. So, and what we're working on is a chart. So we're going to turn it into a chart. So right above the Roman numerals, I want you to just trace that blue line all the way to the edge of your paper like that. Right on top of the Roman numeral 2, same thing. Right on top of Roman numeral 3. And then wherever your line ends at the bottom, because I like to kind of close it up like a box, okay? Does not have to be perfect. If you got more space down here, that's fine. Now we've got 6 boxes. Now we have a chart. I'm going to go kind of fast with this. So I need it quiet like this. You guys are doing great. So this first box, like I said, we introduced the characters and the settings. So over here on the left side, the blank spot, I want you to write characters / and then you might have to squeeze it in setting. If you need to move it down on the next line, that's okay too. Characters / setting. It is really important when you write a story or a narrative that you introduce your characters and the setting first. Okay, that is really important. Otherwise, it's going to be confusing. We ask the questions who and where. And sometimes we ask what? Like, who is in the story? What are they like? Where is the story? What is the place like? Okay. These are questions that we answer in the first paragraph when you're writing a narrative. The next box on the yellow paper says conflict problem. That's like the meat and potatoes of the story, right? That's the part where it's like, makes it good to watch, makes it fun because you're like, okay, there's a problem. If you think back on all the books you've read, all the movies you've seen, you'll see the pattern. There's always a problem that needs to be fixed. Yes, Rebecca.
What or not what? When to? And like when does it happen?
Yeah, I ran out of space, but yes, sometimes we do talk about when. I'll put it next to where. Sometimes that's important if it's daytime, nighttime, spring, summer, fall. Conflict / problem is the next one. This is where we're asking mainly what? What does the character want? What does the character need? What is the problem? Not exactly. A little bit different. But how about that last box, Rebecca? What goes at the very bottom here?
Very long.
Yes.
Wait, what?
No, well, before we do what is the name of this?
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. Climax / resolution. We see the word resolve, like the beginnings of the word resolve and resolution. So this is telling how. How is the problem solved? And hopefully you have space in that bottom box because I'm going to have you draw a little picture that I like to draw. It's not in this yellow page. It helps me remember what climax means, right? Remember this? So, hey, you'll never forget it, all right? You're gonna draw a very pointy mountain, okay? There's a peak on this mountain. At the very top of the mountain, we're gonna draw a guy with a really long neck. That's how my guy is. You don't have to give details. Just on this side of the mountain, I'm gonna draw some spikes. And on this side of the mountain, we're gonna draw a fluffy cloud. And
Which
before,
way do you want to that?
and before you comment on the cloud, this particular cloud is dense. Okay, so it will catch you if you
No matter
fall
how dense the
onto it.
cloud is, it's still.
It's not a real cloud. This is in our imagination, okay? Like the cartoons, like a big fluffy cotton ball, okay? And then I'm gonna draw an arrow down this way and an arrow down that way. And then I'm doing like hash marks like this, like he's doing this at the top, okay? He's either gonna go this way and he's gonna die in the spikes. He's gonna go this way and he's gonna have a soft landing and everything's gonna be happy, right?
Or he's gonna.
Okay. I'm out. This is a simple visual for you because that's telling this part of the story is the climax part is we don't know how the story is going to end. And then when it gets resolved, it's either going to be a tragic ending or a happy ending, right? Sometimes a little bit of both. All right. Man, we're running out of time. Go to the story next. The miller, his son, and their donkey. I'm going to go ahead and read this. And you guys follow along. Think about characters and settings, conflict problem, and climax resolution. Okay, so here we got. The poor miller and his son were taking their donkey to town to sell him when they passed a group of women chatting by the side of the road. Why walk when you could ride? They asked the pair. So the old man helped his son mount the donkey, and he continued walking alongside. Then they met an old man who shouted, "Get down, boy, and let your old father rest his weary limbs." Upon this, the miller made his son dismount, means getting off the donkey, and he got up on a donkey. Next, someone in the crowd called out, "Why, you lazy fellow, how can you ride while the lad there can hardly keep up?" Therefore, the miller immediately brought his son up with him. They had now almost reached the town, and a man commented on how they overloaded the animal, saying, "You might as well carry him, as he carried both of you." So the miller and his son tied the donkey's legs together. With the help of a pole, they carried him on their shoulders, staggering over a bridge near the entrance to the town. This odd sight caused bystanders to laugh until the donkey, not liking the noise or the way he was being treated, broke the cords that bound him and fell into the river.
Yeah.
So I don't like this story. I'm just saying he's landing on the spikes because he fell into the river, and we hope he didn't die. It didn't say that he died.
No,
But it is not a very happy ending, and I love donkeys, so I'm not happy with this ending. Just saying. But there it is. It is attributed to Aesop, meaning it has a lesson we can learn from it. What is a life lesson we can learn from this story?
Don't listen to
Rebecca.
Don't listen to anyone.
Don't
No.
listen to other people who yells at you, who tell you to. Don't.
Well,
Let other people
What?
like control your life.
Yeah. Don't listen to people who you think are drunk.
No, that's not as either.
well, I mean, they might be intoxicated,
But
who
that's not
knows,
the lesson.
but
Ignore people.
people will always, and I will tell you this right now, in your life, you will have people that will always try to tell you what to do. Now, you know your parents. You can trust your parents, right? And you can trust certain people that you know in your life, family members and stuff. But if you go and there's a stranger telling you what to do, you must question it in your head because strangers aren't always honest, right? You can't always trust a stranger or somebody you don't know very well. So that's the moral of the story. Don't always do whatever somebody tells you to do, especially if you don't know them, right? You got to question, is this a good idea? Or is it not? All right, so in your story sequence chart, we're going to start filling this out and we're going to get as far as we can, but Who's the first character that we hear about in the story? Rebecca,
The miller.
the miller. All right, let's start.
And then his son.
Oh, here it is.
Donkey. And arrow buildings and people check them.
Okay. The miller comes in first.
Miller. And goes.
You can do DK.
I can't do it.
What is it? Oh, he's taking his donkey to town, right? So what if we did miller, donkey, and town, right? The miller's taking his donkey to town. So here's what we're doing. We are making a keyword outline. Oh yeah, you could draw a little guy.
No, I mean like the actual sign.
Like, oh, a bright sun.
And put an O in it, so it's not the sun of you. I know.
Could do- That is an interesting way to do that, okay.
You could put M and symbol N, and then S and symbol S, and then D and symbol
You definitely could do that.
S.
Okay, however you want to introduce the characters. Not find my other book for some reason. I gotta go back here.
Not nice.
We'll move.
Ah, the statue now, people.
Yes.
Take a look at me. Nah. Oh, yeah, you know how.
Oh, hold on, I got it. We're talking about the characters and the setting in that first box. Where are they in this story in the beginning, by the way? Actually, before we go into the setting, let's talk about the sun. Let's talk about the sun next, because we didn't really get to mention him much. What kind of adjectives could you use to describe the sun at the beginning of the story? At the beginning.
Terrible.
No, he wasn't terrible. They were, and
Yeah.
he was polite, right? I mean, the old man helped his son mount the donkey, and they continued walking alongside. He was obedient. That's a good word, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna put obedient.
And it made it sound like when the song.
And he was young, right?
Like, get off.
Are there any other characters in the beginning of the story?
A woman. Women.
There's a lot of people alongside the road, right? And they're opinionated and they're giving advice, right? Again and again.
Too much.
Do you know the word bystander? Have you heard that word before? It's somebody who's standing by. Let's put bystanders. They're people who are standing by, basically.
They're like.
Opinionated.
Looking at.
Shh. Guys, okay, don't talk so much, okay? Because we're trying to get this done. And I'm gonna put the word bossy. Because they're basically telling them what to do.
Almost anything from one to.
Mhm.
I played no
And the first one says, "Get down, boy, and let your father rest his wearied bones, his weary limbs." So that's what the first one says. So the first bystander says, oh no, he says, "Why walk when you could ride?" It's the woman. So I'm going to put woman. Why walk?
We should do busy bodies.
So we're entering into now the conflict and the problem. So there's not really a conflict. A conflict is when there's a battle or a fight or something. So this is more of a problem that the father and son, the miller, by the way, do you know what a miller is? It's a person who works at a mill.
Mill or
Oh.
depends on what type.
Right.
Something else.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
Instead of putting it like all spread out in the like first few, you could do MSD and then sell and then Roman chatting.
Yeah.
And then you can put like why walk ride. And then you can have all those things.
Okay, good.
That's great.
So you're gonna work on this as homework. I can meet with you guys if you need me to, and YouTube page if you need me to. But go through the story and you're gonna talk about the conflict and the problem, which is the problem is everybody's giving him advice. So you're gonna talk about the old man, what the old man said, and then there's somebody else that says, what about the poor boy? And then somebody else says, now, why don't you both ride? Hold on, before you pack up, don't move. So go through what everybody's saying. That's the problem here. And then the resolution or the climax to the story is they ended up tying up the donkey, right, on a big pole and carrying him, which is super sad. That's the climax of the story. We don't know what's going to happen to the donkey.
Yeah.
Hold on, don't pack up yet. You're going to fill out using the same rules, 3 words, symbols, abbreviations, numbers are okay. And you're going to focus on the conflict and the problem here. It's not sentence by sentence anymore. You guys are going to look for these things in the story. And then the climax and the resolution. The very last one is going to be about the donkey falling into the river.
Ew.
Yeah. And then you're going to rewrite the story. Hold on. You can add details like give the donkey a name. Don't tell me right now. Don't tell me. You can give the miller a name and the son a name. You can name what town they're in. You can add those kinds of details to your story. You're going to write 3 paragraphs this week. Okay. Now you can pack up. Good job, you guys. Whoops.
Do you know that Raven's puzzle, the Narnia, that's that one?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm gonna make.
Okay.
Yeah.